The day I found out I was pregnant, my sugar daddy's first love returned from abroad. I went to the hospital and scheduled an abortion. Just as I was about to take the pill, the baby's voice suddenly sounded in my head, "Mom. New account, don't do it." My dad is the Lovesick's second male lead. The female lead won't end up with him and he has low sperm count. I'm his only child. Have me inherit his 100 billion fortune and your son will take you to the top. I paused, then threw the pills in the trash. According to my son, this was a novel world. The female lead was Song Shiyan, the male lead was Lin Yanju. Pei Fang was the devoted second male lead. Song Shiyan had always liked Pei Fang but was rejected. She went abroad and returned 7 years later. Pei Fang then realized he loved her and pursued her, but she chose the male lead. Pei Fang silently guarded her for life. My son urged me to leave the capital quickly, raise him, and only later reveal his existence to the Pei family. Dad won't marry anyone else. I'll just be an illegitimate child. But if you give birth to me, the Pei family will be eternally grateful. When I returned to the villa, Pei Fang was already home. He looked troubled and wanted to talk. We had been together for nearly 5 years. I knew what that meant was letting me go. Though I'd always been prepared, I couldn't help but feel something after 5 years with such an exceptional man. Just as he was about to speak, Song Shiyan called. He answered gently and left hurriedly. Before he returned, I packed my valuables, drove back to my hometown, and texted him a breakup message. He didn't reply. I moved into my own apartment in C-City, changed my SIM card, and had regular prenatal checkups. The day of my anomaly scan, I saw Pei Fang heading toward the ultrasound center. I was wearing a mask and casual clothes he'd never seen, thinking he wouldn't recognize me. But he grabbed my arm, he knew. Before he could press further, his assistant said Song Shiyan had acute appendicitis and needed surgery. He told me to add him back on WeChat and left. I did, and he asked for my address, saying he needed to stay a few days. I couldn't refuse. After he moved in, he found suspicious items in the storage room and asked if I was hiding something. I panicked and slapped him. He stormed out. 3 days later, I received an anonymous message offering to pay me 5 million to abort, threatening that Mrs. Pei hated women like me. My son was indignant, saying Grandma loved him and wouldn't hurt him. Under my questioning, he tearfully confessed in the original story, Grandma wouldn't hurt him but would take him from me, leading me to postpartum depression and suicide. He lied because he didn't want me to die. In his past life, he died in a car accident at 8 and woke back in my womb. We both wept. He said we must seek Grandma's protection, even at the cost of being separated. I messaged Mrs. Pei that someone was threatening to abort her grandchild. She told me to stay put and send people to get me. A fake property manager tried to trick me into opening the door, but I saw through it. Mrs. Pei's men arrived, and I safely reached the capital. Mrs. Pei housed me in her villa and had me examined. She insisted on amniocentesis for paternity. I agreed. My son taught me how to please her. Her attitude toward me improved, but she wouldn't let me raise the child myself. She feared Pei Fang wouldn't want the baby, so she hid the pregnancy from him. Whenever he visited, I stayed in my room. 5 months later, Pei Fang stormed in, demanding to know where I was, saying he couldn't find me. I was hiding behind the curtain, terrified. My son comforted me, saying Grandma would protect us. Song Shiyan's half-sister, Song Shiwei, began visiting Mrs. Pei frequently. The servants' looks toward me changed. My son said Song Shiwei liked Pei Fang and wanted to marry him, and Mrs. Pei approved. I suspected Song Shiwei was behind the threats, and Mrs. Pei's attitude worried me. A week before my due date, Mrs. Pei told me plainly I can never be Mrs. Pei. After the baby was born, she'd give me 5 million and I'd leave. I had no choice. That night, I went into early labor. After 2 hours, My son was born. A nurse took him away. Then the obstetrician approached me with a syringe, her eyes sinister. I screamed for help. She covered my mouth and injected the fluid. As I lost consciousness, I saw someone rush in. I woke from a nightmare. Pei Fang was holding my son. He said he'd taken him for a checkup. Holding my sleeping baby, I finally relaxed. Pei Fang said Song Shiwei I had been sent abroad. I'd contacted him for help, and though he hadn't believed me at first, he came. He planned to take my son when I was discharged. I begged him to protect our child. He snapped, "You're his mother. Don't you want to do anything?" I smiled bitterly and said, "Mrs. Pei told me to leave." He froze. Then said he'd meant to promote me to his real wife, not kick me out. He had never loved Song Shiyan, he was just helping her. The night I ran away, he'd been about to propose, but was interrupted. Later, he couldn't find me. He had been searching all along. Pei Fang insisted on marrying me. Mrs. Pei disapproved, but eventually relented for the sake of her grandson. On our son's first birthday, we had our wedding. Pei Fang's low sperm count was incurable. Knowing my son was his only heir was enough for me.